Hello, it's Miss Hedges again. We're going to read the next part of Slime by David Walliams. If you remember last time, Ned had found something under his bed. Can you remember what he found? Yes, he'd found those jars, hadn't he? With very, very gross things written on them. So he'd found the bogey ones, and then there was all those ones underneath his bed as well. He went looking around the house. He found them everywhere around the house. Lovely, lovely jars. And then he snuck into his sister's bedroom where she had even more, along with plans on what she was going to do to trick him next. So let's see what happens. Now, next chapters. Chapter 5, The Bath of Doom. Ned's eyes widened at the horror, the unspeakable horror. The words and pictures in her books told the story in gruesome detail. So this was what his wicked sister was planning. There were lists, calendars, graphs, diagrams, and even a flick book of how it would all play out. It was called Ned's Birthday Surprise. And it was the boy's birthday. Tomorrow. Once a year on his birthday, Ned had a bath. What do we see? I know. That doesn't sound like many baths in 1 year. One. I, myself, like to wash at least twice a year. Unless I'm already clean, there is no need. Sometimes I lick myself clean like a cat. In the family cottage, there was only enough hot water for one bathful a day. Of course, Jemima always bagseed every drop of hot water for herself. No wonder her parents reeked of fish. The only exception to this rule was on her little brother's birthday. On that special day, Jemima would be forced by her parents to relent and let stinky Ned have his yearly soak. So the plan was that tomorrow Jemima would fill the bath with all the gunk. Every last drop from every single jar would be emptied until the bath was full to the brim. Then she would squirt bubbles on top of the gunk so Ned wouldn't see the horror that was lurking underneath. Ugh, what is she going to put in the bath? The Bath of Doom. There was even a cutaway diagram in her exercise book showing the hidden layer of gunk. Jemima knew her little brother would suspect nothing. This was his birthday treat after all. Ned would think it was a lovely bath full of warm water and lower himself into it then. Ugh! He would scream as he was covered from head to toe in gunk. Ned dropped Jemima's book in shock. Thonk! The girl stirred. Ned held his breath. Then she turned over and went straight back to sleep. Taking great care, the boy rolled himself back out of Jemima's bedroom. He had to reverse his wheelchair. As with the mountains of jars, there wasn't room to turn around. Trundle, trundle, trundle. Then, disaster. Clunk, clink, clunk. The footrest on his wheelchair just clipped one of the jars on the floor. There must have been 50 jars stacked on top of it. Ned reached out, but he was too late. The skyscraper of jars began toppling over. Tipple, topple, topple. The jar at the top was heading straight for Jemima. I'd hate to think what's on that jar. As it fell through the air, it was as if time sped up and slowed down all at once. Snatch! Ned caught the jar just as it was a millimetre from thunking his sister on the head. As much as he may have wanted to see his sister thunked on the head with the jar of grumblenosh, whatever that was, sadly now was not the time. It would spoil his surprise, because just at that moment an idea came to him. Ding! An idea so simple it was brilliant. Simply brilliant and brilliantly simple. Brimple. Ned would turn the tables on Jemima. The girl had a bath every single morning, apart from Ned's birthday keep-up. So Ned would do to her exactly what his sister was going to do to him. She would suffer the bath of doom herself. Ned silently collected up all the jars of gunk in the house and brought them to the bathroom. Once safely inside, Ned locked the door. Click. He didn't want Jemima bursting in on him before her bath of doom was ready. Ha ha ha, chuckled the boy to himself. Outside it was still dark, but dawn was breaking and the birds were bursting into song. Tweet, 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 tweet. One by one, he opened the jars of gunk and poured them into the bath. Splish, splash, splosh. There was yellow gunk, brown gunk, black gunk, thick gunk, purple gunk, fizzy gunk, hot gunk, thin gunk, bubbly gunk, cold gunk. Every kind of gunk you could imagine. Gallons and gallons of gunk. Eventually, the bath was full. After what seemed like hours of fetching, carrying and unscrewing, the boy was exhausted. Catching his breath, Ned didn't notice what was happening right behind him. Whatever was in that bath was coming to life. The gunk monster. As all the different types of gunk swirled together, waves formed in the bath. Swish! The waves swept up, 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 swoosh! And they swept down, 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 swoosh! Ned turned round. It was a horrifying sight. He opened his mouth to scream, but no sound came out. The bath was now a raging storm of gunk. Swish, swash, swoosh! It splashed all over the bathroom, coating everything in gunk. Splish, splash, splosh. The sink, the toilet, even Ned, all were gunked. Then, just as soon as the gunk had coated everything, it peeled itself off and whooshed back together. Whoop. Then the gunk began to take shape. At first, it became a giant egg, like the kind of egg a dinosaur might have laid. The egg bounced up and down, boing, 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 before smashing itself against the bathroom wall. Crack! The outer layer cracked like a shell as the gunk inside oozed out. The oozing gunk then began to grow upwards and upwards, becoming a mountain. Whoosh! No, it was a volcano, an erupting volcano. It didn't shoot lava up into the sky, but rather gunk. Kaboom! Splat! It spurted itself all over the bathroom ceiling before oozing back down to the floor to become an elephant. It hooted. Not quite an elephant noise. I tried. Then it became a shark. Chomp. No, a bird. Flap, flap. This gunk monster was swimming and flying all at once. Swish, flap, swish, flap. The boy gazed open-mouthed in awe. This was the greatest show on earth, and it was all for him. Next, the gunk monster exploded into thousands of pieces as it became a firework. Boom, boom, boom. Oh no, exclaimed the boy. What on earth have I done? Well, I think we might have just seen the creation of slime. But I don't know, I could be wrong. What do you think? We'll find out soon with the next chapters. Take care, bye.